All right, it's LSU Baseball Media Day 2022. I'm a wimp. I got this big coat on out here. It's a little chilly. Looking forward to guys like this eventually maybe being in a super regional here in June where it's 500 degrees. Give me your name, sir.
Eric Reyzelman.
So the last name again.
Reyzelman. It gets confused sometimes, but it is indeed Reyzelman.
Eric Reyzelman joining the LSU staff this year, and you pitched at San Francisco last year?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Tell me about baseball, college baseball in San Francisco.
It was interesting. Definitely not a city you'd think is big for baseball outside of the Giants. We were the only Division I college baseball team there, and it, not necessarily too big in the city. But it was definitely a cool environment to experience for a couple years. San Francisco is a really cool place. Definitely, something I'll remember for a long time. Definitely the people.
So how do you end up in Baton Rouge, Louisiana?
It took definitely a long series of events for it to happen. But I had entered the transfer portal about early June, maybe mid-June. Got an opportunity to go play in the Cape Cod League, and when I entered the portal, I wasn't aware I'd have any opportunity to play in the SEC, in a Power 5 conference. It all kind of happened as I went out and competed that summer for the Harwich Mariners in the Cape Cod League, and got a call from Coach Kelly, Coach Johnson, and it was a done deal for me.
Yeah. Now, let's see, I'm learning things right now. My knowledge of this team is very slim at the moment. It'll get better as we move forward, but you throw pretty hard, don't you?
I like to think so, but, most important thing is throwing strikes, so I got to make sure that I'm just as consistent as that as well.
What do you hit on the gun?
I've hit 98 miles an hour.
98. As fast as Devin Fontenot drives. He's sitting over here now. Kidding. 98 miles an hour. Wow. Okay. So right now, like you and me and Devin were chatting a while ago, and as we sit here 3 weeks away from opening day, the starting pitching rotation, you just might as well just throw a bunch of names up in the air, huh?
Well, it's easy to do that because we've got 19 guys on our staff, and we're 19 deep. I mean, every single one of these guys I would trust with the ball in their hand to get the last out in the College World Series, because that will bring so much to the table. The most talented group of guys I've ever been a part of, and it's exciting to see. So I think that's why it's difficult to name a starting rotation, difficult to name bullpen roles, and I think as the season progresses, things will kind of come into place as they will, but it's not what we're focused on. We all trust the next guy behind us to take the ball and compete, so it makes it easy on us for us to go do our jobs, throw the baseball, throw strikes, and miss hitters' bats.
I like that. Miss hitters' bats.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
There you go. And then I saw the other day, I saw Blake Money out here. He's like lost a human being in weight. People could not believe when we put a picture out of him that he had lost, I guess, close to 40 pounds or something like that.
Yes, sir. I mean, he works hard, and there's no other way to put it. The guy works hard. You'll see him in here getting extra work, getting his body better, preparing himself every week to compete for us. Compete for us as a team, to get us better, and it's selfless. So just love to see it. He's a great guy, great human.
Awesome. And there's other guys like, Fontenot right here, who's been a part of this program in some big moments for a while. And Mikhail Hilliard, good to see him back over here, number 52, doing his thing. Tell me about your head coach, Jay Johnson, because we covered every year of Coach Maneri, and obviously there was a lot of great success with him, and now you got a first-year head coach. Well, this is your first coach at LSU. So what's he been like so far?
The best of the best. I mean, that guy knows so much about baseball, and he works so hard to learn more and more every day. It inspires us to play as best as we can for him, to give him the opportunity to keep doing that, to keep creating this legacy that LSU has, and I'm sure he's going to continue and only increase. It's fun to compete for that guy. I mean, the amount of hours he puts in, I'll come here, try to get a lift in at night one day, and his car is the last one here. And you just can't put into words how inspiring that is for us to see as players. And he cares about every single one of us, our development, our success, and how it translates to the development of this team. So, positive after positive after positive, and can't wait to compete for them.
The players I've spoken to today, they've talked about that attention to detail and everything. And but I've also picked up he's not a shouter, right? He's not a screamer or anything in that stuff.
No, not at all. He knows what he wants to communicate. He communicates it effectively to each and every one of us. He makes what we have to do clear, what he expects of us clear, and it makes it easy for us to get in the game, have a clear mind, and focus on getting guys out. So to have a head coach like that, and then to have a pitching coach as incredible as Coach Kelly, I mean, it speaks wonders for all the resources that this team has been given, to do what we want to and know we're able to do for this school, these fans, and the state.
Eric, my parents watch a show called Mountain Men, and when I look at Coach Kelly over here, I think he looks like a mountain man, like a guy who would chop wood, or you could throw him out in the woods and he'd survive, right? But tell me about him, because I don't know anything about him, really. I'm going to get a chance to know him. I've been covering Alan Dunn the last number of years here as the pitching coach.
I mean, it's hard for me to put in words just how incredible of a human being he is. Coming here, I've verbalized this with a lot of guys on the team, my friends, my family. If I didn't have him here as a pitching coach, and if I wasn't able to be under his guidance here in the fall, I don't think I'd be anywhere near the pitcher or the person that I've kind of grown to be able to be in the last few months. He's incredible. Just how much he cares about every single one of us. He'll go out of his way to check in on us, see how we're doing. And after we get past the baseball part of it, he asks us about what's going on outside. How's the family, how's life, how's school, anything he can help us with. And it's awesome. And it allows us to come here and get the most out of every practice, out of every rep, stress-free, knowing that, him and Coach Johnson both care about the way we progress as individuals on the baseball field and off of it. It's awesome, and I can't say enough.
This guy's a winner so far. He's his first interview here, and he's knocking it out of the park. I think fans are really going to enjoy listening to you and what you've got to share. Where did you grow up?
I grew up in San Ramon, California. It was about 45 minutes away from San Francisco, so the East Bay there.
So you've been a California kid. How old are you?
I'm 20.
So basically all 20 years of your life you've grown up on the West Coast.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So what's Louisiana like?
It's my favorite place. I hope I'm not making it up. I'm not saying anything I wouldn't say to my best friend. And the second that me and my family landed, the hospitality of the people, I'll throw the food in there as like number 2. To be honest with you, unbelievable. The coaching staff, the players, the fans. But I think the thing that stands out the most is just how much the people here want to help out, they're the next guy, the next person. It's awesome. And when my parents had to fly back, they told me they didn't want to. They wanted to see if the hotel had a couple more nights to stay. They wanted to go check out a couple more restaurants, give me a couple excuses to stay. And I said, hey, all you guys, figure it out. But they want to take visits down. They love it. And for me, this is the most at home I've ever felt. So I love it.
Yeah, Eric, I think you'll really love it. It's a special place. These bleachers, when they're full on a Sunday afternoon in the spring, and you're playing an SEC team, and it's bottom of the 8th, bottom of the 9th, and it's a tie game, you're gonna feel electricity in here. There's no doubt.
I can't wait. I mean, I've heard from every single one of the guys just how electric the atmosphere is, and I've seen firsthand just how much the people here love their baseball. You can't compare it to anywhere else in the country. And I'm just extremely grateful to be a part of it, to be a piece of this whole puzzle that's going to get this team to Omaha.
Fantastic. How much weight have you gained since you moved here?
15 pounds, and 15 pounds of good weight. I'm happy to say the weight room is a great resource we've been able to use.
And the Louisiana food, that's what I was going to get at too.
I knew you were gonna get at it there, but yes, definitely the Louisiana food. Been able to kind of mix the two to create a happy little medium there.
There you go. There you go.
But yeah.
Well, I was skinny as a rail, and then finally I started putting on weight in college, and my dad said, "Well, just watch it. It's all gain from this point out, right?" So So anyway, but that's good stuff, man. Well, we're glad to have you here and looking forward to seeing you pitch. And so I think that'll be real endearing to fans to hear a guy who grew up his whole life in California has fallen in love with Louisiana overnight.
Home, second home, and who knows, in the future, first home. I mean, I don't think I've ever been happier in the situation that I've been in, surrounded by incredible people to my left, to my right, and just grateful is the only word I can use.
Eric Reyzelman, thanks so much, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right. I think LSU fans are going to love this kid. Thanks for stopping by.